action.
Whatever we want.
Whatever we want.
It's gonna be not whatever we want. It's gonna be narcissists.
Oh,
Is
cool.
what we're talking about.
I like them.
Do you guys like it when it's like, damn it, I can't think of an
Like
example.
desks.
Yes.
Like what?
Desks.
Desks.
Oh, like a bunch of consonants put together?
Yeah, those are fun.
Skittles.
Text.
No. She's saying like when it's like narcissists or desks.
Oh, I see.
But what if you had a kid that just had a lisp, and then they just always talked like that?
Well, it wouldn't be like, it'd be like,
Oh, it's not the same.
Like
no?
narcissist.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, how about a pet snake?
Anyway.
Okay, never mind.
Let's talk about narcissists.
All right, let's.
Are we all stoned? Did I not get the memo?
Were you
Stoned. You guys are buzzed.
You did serve us alcohol.
You're a buzz. I'm fine.
I am buzzed.
Yeah, the only sane people here is Bart and Joe. Or sober people is Bart and Joe.
Well, but they're naturally drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Meeting us.
We're catching up to them.
There it is.
Anyway, I'm trying to talk to you guys about this new study that suggests. That's another one.
Suggests. You're right. Suggests.
That narcissists think that they don't make mistakes, so therefore they do not learn from their mistakes because they don't even think that they're even making any. Yeah.
Mistake.
If you're wondering, what is a narcissist? It is a way of describing someone with excessive interest or admiration for themselves, and unlike most people, they do not engage in something known as should counterfactual thinking, which is where a person analyzes their past actions to see what they should have done differently. Narcissists don't even think about that. They're like, well, what are you talking about? Like, I'm perfectly fine. Like, I did not make a mistake. That went exactly the way it should have been because I'm perfect. Yeah, so.
A lot of YouTubers.
A lot of YouTube.
Yes. This is what makes me think that I'm not a narcissist for anybody who ever called me a narcissist.
Why? Because you.
I do think very highly of myself and that like I'm like the shit at things.
You are.
So I'm thank you.
Yeah.
But I also am very like critical of myself and like maybe I'm alright, I should have done this or I could have done that differently or you know.
Maybe I shouldn't ate the booty like that.
Maybe I should have went counterclockwise instead of clockwise.
Yeah.
If you like your own pictures, are you a narcissist?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
I do see that sometimes, and I'm like, you can see your right? Like we could all see that.
A narcissist is like, oh good, it says I like it.
I don't know, cause sometimes like I get self-conscious. You know, when you're scrolling and you're just hitting stuff, right? And then you're looking at your old picture and you accidentally tap it. And then you like it. Oh no, I don't want people to see that I like my own picture. That's weird.
I've never done that.
I do that.
I do that a lot.
I do that. Sometimes I'll be looking at like from photos from like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh look how cute Isaac was so small, and I'll be like, look Casey. I'm like, oh fuck, I liked it. Okay.
Yeah, and you know, in that moment, like fucking 50 profiles were refreshing their page. Like,
Narcissist! I knew
they
it!
like their own photo.
They don't have that anymore. That feature where you see what other people are doing. They don't have that anymore. But
You think 50 whole people are looking at your post from 5 years ago? What a narcissist.
Damn, I'm a narcissist.
the activity feed.
Okay, so Tim's not a narcissist, I guess. He just passed the test. Tiff, why are you not a narcissist? Give us a counterfactual about yourself. Go.
Oh, because I constantly self-edit and I take other people's criticism of myself and I apply them to myself because I'm like, you're right, I'm not perfect. Let me fucking change myself.
Not a narcissist. Check. Joe.
There are different levels of narcissism that everyone holds, and everyone who think that they don't have these traits of them are showing characteristics of narcissism.
Damn, we're
Damn, you just
mind-fucked.
proved as to why I am a narcissist.
And he also made himself a little bit of a narcissist because he didn't say any of his faults.
That is true.
We're all narcissists.
I think we all are. We all have a little bit at least.
I think so.
In this book called Laws of Human Nature, the author, I forgot his name, but he's fucking dope. Oh, his name is Mr. Greene, Robert Greene, that's what it is. And then he basically has like a
family
category
member.
of different types of narcissists. So in our mind, we have this archetype of what a narcissist is. It's one person that can never take criticism. It's this worst form of narcissism, right? But in the book, there's like
Victim
many different-
narcissist.
Yeah, there's victim narcissist who's always pretending to be self-conscious, but in reality, it's more about hey, look at me because look at my problems. These are my problems. You see how I self-reflect? And then it's almost like, look at my attention. This is my attention.
I think I'm one of those. That's me.
That's a YouTuber narcissist.
I literally am doing it right now.
Well, everybody who's on YouTube to an extent
Yes.
is a narcissist. To think that people would actually enjoy you putting a camera on your face.
And there's healthy narcissism too, because there's a story of a person who was a captain that took his team out to the Arctic, right? So he believed that in order for them to survive, you have to have this narcissistic trait that you cannot get your whole shipmates to die. You are superhuman. You can motivate them. So you use this narcissism in a positive light to be like, I could be the one that saves everybody here, and then you use that energy to keeping people alive. Because if you think about it, right, like you have this hero effect. Like let's say you're a firefighter. You're doing something for people, but that idea that you are special enough to run into that place with the burning building and grab people out, risk your own life, and come out alive, it is a form of narcissism.
Well, you're just confident. Why you gotta put an ugly word on it?
It becomes ugly because of how we've tainted it. And then there's the extreme harmful side of it. So then if you look at this list, it's pretty interesting.
Wait, so then is there anyone who is just absolutely 0% narcissistic?
No.
It sounds like every single human being has some sort of narcissism.
I think so, because narcissism is tied to egoism.
So unless you're enlightened, then you're not.
We're talking about an extreme form. When you think of the word narcissist, right, you're thinking about someone who's stubborn, crazy, they don't listen to anything.
American
right?
Psycho narcissist.
Yeah, but there's also people who have this like ability to think they're way better, like Michael Jordan. I'm way better than all these other fuckers when it comes to this game, and I'll practice 10 times better than everybody and get better. That is a narcissistic what do you call it? Very self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Like I'm better than you, right?
Yeah. But then he's right.
But it's a healthy way of
Proving them right.
But it becomes right. It's kind of like how celebrities and all these people show traits of crazy narcissism, but it pushes them to achieving so much.
Right.
So I don't know I think that the basic layman's term, or like how we view it, we're seeing it one-dimensional. We're seeing the ugliest traits, and we're seeing somebody with these like despicable like characteristics.
We see the brand in the media, like when it's the American Psycho thing. Like we just go, that's a narcissist, instead of seeing all the minutia.
Right. Like for example, people that might be labeled a psychopath or antisocial or whatever, right? Like there are like that guy in Free Dive. Like what's his
Free Solo?
Free Solo. There are extreme sports people who have all the characteristics of maybe a serial killer or whatever, but they didn't choose to kill a lot of people. They just chose to flip on a motorcycle 10, 20 times, and do some scary shit, but he's channeled that superpower into something healthy.
True.
That makes sense.
So
there's nuance to it.
There's a lot of nuance.
So it's like
Nothing's black and white.
controlling that energy into good rather than into bad.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, back to or did you have something to say?
No, I mean, I was just gonna say, that thought process could be taken for any type of energy though, then, right?
That's why that word is supposed to be neutral, but because the way we've been branded it seems like it only is one way, but it's supposed to be just a neutral word, and you experience different spectrums of it.
Yeah, I agree. It should be approached as a spectrum. I don't know if it is
But there's a negative connotation to it,
Well, for this particular article, they're not approaching it as a spectrum. They're saying like narcissists are this way, normal people are this way. So the university said the fact that they're not able to look back on their past actions and then try to correct them, they're saying narcissists do this way more that they don't. Because they think they're better than others. They don't take advice from other people. They don't trust other people's opinions. So you can flat out ask, what should you have done differently? And it might be nothing. It turned out. It was good. It was fine. I didn't have to do anything wrong. So that's just something that they're looking into, that they're saying because of the fact that textbook narcissists do not think that they make any mistakes, therefore they do not learn from their mistakes.
I definitely do think I'm better than other people.
Do you, every single person you encounter, you're like, your advice is stupid, I'm not gonna listen to you?
Well, here's what kind of helped me be at peace with life, right? Because just being on the internet, you think like, God, people are so stupid, right? Like, how is every comment on YouTube and on Twitter so stupid, right? Everyone's so dumb.
You're like, I love you, Tim. You're stupid.
No, not those. But then I realized, oh wait, it's not that they're stupid. It's that I'm better. And then once you realize that you are a superior human,
Beautiful.
and everybody's just not on your level, you don't get angry anymore. You feel sorry for them.
It's a coping mechanism.
You're like, oh man, these people aren't dumb.
Yeah.
I'm just better. It sucks that they're not on my level, and
You know
then
what's
you
a
don't get
healthy
mad.
way to, in my perception, a healthy way to approach that thought process is to be more empathetic to people. That they just don't have the same sort of.
You're stupid because you didn't go to school.
You're just not that smart enough. That's really nice.
Being empathetic. That's being
And that's the thing, it's not even about education, it's about the common sense.
It's just different.
Or not just that, but like just their environment, where they live, like what they've lived through, what kind of education that they've had, or life experiences that they're like, oh, you just haven't had this life experience. That's why we always think, at least for me, I always think like when I see a really out there comment where I'm like, that makes no sense. I always tell myself like, well, they're probably like 12 years old. They just don't even have life experience.
Like 12-year-olds giving marriage advice?
Yeah. Like that happens all the time.
But once you understand people, though, because I think that people can only be truly good at two things. So when I see people, I see a smorgasbord of things, and maybe I respect them for two of them. But that means that anyone can be respected for different things, I think. So I don't necessarily look at like, oh, I'm better than you, the whole you. Maybe I'm better than you at something, but you're probably much better than me at something.
Yeah, like you can't expect a fish to fly kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I just see people as like their qualities almost, instead of like this grand picture of I'm better than.
Yeah.
I try to look at people to see what their reality is, because the thing is, we all think we're sharing the same reality, but it's not true.
Yeah.
Like everyone's experience is based off of their personal history with their family, their environment, and all that, right? So like, I'm always asking the question, when they're reacting to me, are they reacting to themselves? Because they're just playing a story in their own minds. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, doesn't everybody do that? Don't you get mad at people who do the things that you used to do?
Yeah.
Get fucking pissed about it?
So like,
Same shit.
That's what relieved everything. Is like, okay, so who in here is actually like they see the Matrix? Like who is seeing the Matrix for what it is, and who's living still in the Matrix? And then based off of how they respond and what they're talking about, and when they talk about like this happened between me and my friend or my family or whatever, I can gauge now at what point of their cognitive like realization they're in. So like what point are they in where they're like, if they're like a textbook narcissist, right? They're in their mind as a hero, nothing has been wrong. They're in this video game, like they just, the world is against them and they're just trying to win. And then I'm like, dude, that's an interesting world to be in, because that's why a lot of narcissists can make it, because they don't feel the pain of losing. They just don't lose. They just keep going. And I'm like, that's interesting. Another person might see a whole entire different experience and be constantly like losing. Like if they're super depressed or whatever, and they're always looking and they're self-critical. And I'm like, we're all sharing the same world together. How is it that one person's in a different game than me?
Because if narcissism is a spectrum, then that's the spectrum. It's like, I'm a god or I'm nothing.
Yeah? Yeah.
Well, right.
But the guy that feels they're nothing is just as narcissistic as the
Yeah, because
person.
everyone's about me. Me. Yeah.
It's still bad. Like both ends of a spectrum are the best.
That's why looking around for the things that make you awesome can be just as destructive as looking around for all the reasons why you suck.
I think that most people are living life going me all day fucking long.
And that's the ego.
That's true.
Yep.
If you have a social media account, you're a narcissist.
That was a good talk.
Right?
Did you think you talked better than all of us?
Yeah.